What's up, you guys? I hope all is well with y'all today. I wanted to talk about faith and getting out your comfort zone because I was just doing another video about this, and I was like, let me talk to YouTube because this fear. I want to know because obviously this is a need because God is putting on my spirit to talk about this. Why do you have fear? What are you scared of? I want you to ask yourself, why am I scared of the unknown? Why am I scared of the past? Why am I scared to take a chance on myself? Ask yourself, where does this deep rooted seed of fear come from? Y'all, this light keep going out, so sorry if it be changing during the video. But I want y'all to ask yourself this. Why do I have this fear? And why do I let other people project fear onto me? Because you might have faith. You might have a vision that God gave you. You might want to take the risk because you see, other people have taken risks. Or even if other people didn't, it's something in your spirit that is compelling you to take a risk, to move to a new place, move to a new city, move to the suburbs, even if it ain't out of your state, but just simply moving to a new city. I mean, moving out of where all your family is. Y'all, this like getting on my nerves. It's nothing but a distraction. It's like hater vibes. Like you have one job and that is to work. That is to work. But y'all, sorry, this thing keep messing up and it's probably gonna go out again. But ask yourself these things, like you letting people who never took a chance on themselves, or maybe they took a chance on themselves and failed, and then they gave up because they deemed themselves as a failure because they failed once. And now they're scared to take a chance again. So they do something that is just enough, or not even just enough, but they just getting by. Some people are so comfortable in life with just getting by. They don't see nothing greater for themselves. They don't see the greatness that the Lord has created in this world. Y'all, this light is throwing me off. It's nothing but the devil. But people don't see beyond their circumstance. A lot of people have I just don't understand where the fear came from. I mean, I kind of understand because you got people that are in your family, that are your friends, that are in your small town, that are in the hood, that you grew up with, that you know since high school. You let these people who never got out, who never experienced things. When you think about it in life, there's people that literally never got out of their own city. I mean, literal, like they from the hood and they never even went out to the suburbs that surround their hood. They never even went to the other part of, I just know people like this. They never got, I done been all around their city more than they had. I done been to the north, south, east, and west of that whole city more than they had. Because people are afraid to do things that are out of the norm for them, or out of the norm that they seen for their family members. Your family members ain't never do nothing, so you feel like you ain't never gonna do nothing. You ain't destined to do nothing. Even though you have vision, you just think, oh, I'm gonna just win the lottery one day. God put it in your head that you might be a millionaire one day, but you think the only way that you could be a millionaire is by winning the lottery. Like, I don't even get me started with that, because I can't stand lottery stuff. Like, it's just, if you feel like that's your only way of ever excelling in life, that's your only chance of ever touching a big amount of money, or doing scams is your only way to ever touch a big amount of money, it just goes to show that you truly need mindset classes. Like, people really need mindset classes, because it does not matter about everything else in life. If your mind is not there, it doesn't matter. You can get the $1 million lottery today, like many people do, and they go broke within a year, because your mind wasn't ready for it. And this is why on your spiritual journey, if you're on your spiritual journey, if you're in a season where you're isolated, this is why you really need to do a lot of work on yourself. It's deeper than praying for these, manifesting and praying for blessings, because you're not prepared for it. You're not prepared for what you're asking for. You're not prepared. You're going to get it and lose it because you have not done the correction here. Everything starts here first. Faith starts here. Faith starts here. Fear even is in here. Everything starts with this brain. This brain that we have, it all starts there. And you'll spend your time listening to people who never took a chance on themselves. And you'll let them project onto you because, oh, nah, not to me. Where we from, people don't do that. If you lose this, you can't let all of that stuff stop you. Even when you take losses, even when you have to start over. One thing about it, baby, no matter how many times I fall, I'm going to get back up again and try again because I know the vision. I know the vision that's here. And I know it can be, it is going to become my reality. It is my reality. Things that I used to think before is my now reality. Is my now reality. So I know even the other things that I want, it's in preparation. It's cooking up. It's cooking up. I ain't even saying hoping this because it's cooking up. It's already in the crock pot. It's just cooking real slow. Real slow. Cooking all this, cooking real slow on low. It's cooking up already because I done planted the seeds and I continuously watering it. It's marinating. It's getting real flavorful. It's going to happen. And I feel it. But the thing is, when you let friends because I know this off of experience. If I would have let what people got to say about me, but even my own self, them thoughts that come into my head, that Satan playing in my head saying, oh, nah, this, that. Nah, but I know that other side of me. I know that other side of me that I know, I know what I deserve. I know what I deserve. I know what I want. I know what I'm capable of. I'm not going to let these people stop me. I'm not going to even let myself stop me. I got to fight against my own self daily in certain areas of my life. I'm not going to let my parents, I'm not going to let my friends, I'm not letting nobody stop me. And this is what we need to learn to understand. Stop worrying about what everybody got to say. Who cares about what your mama got to say? Who cares about what your daddy got to say? Who cares about what granny, grandma, grandpa, auntie, cousin? No, who cares? Who cares what that teacher said about you when you was in grade school? Who cares about what they thought? Who cares? You do. And that's the problem. You caring about what these people got to say who ain't never even touched the lengths that you want to touch. They never even, a lot of these people not even living in their purpose, walking in their purpose, working jobs that they truly enjoy. They're not in careers, they're in jobs. And even if they're in a career, they're in the career for the wrong reasons, only because it provides them with a sense of living, but not even truly a fulfilling living, because they become slaves to the job and they hate it. They come home every day gossiping to their friends about how much they hate their job, complaining all day. And they come and pour that stuff onto you. Or maybe you that person that's going complaining to other people about it. But you have the opportunity to change your reality. You don't owe no company nothing because they don't owe you. Y'all get ready to see when they do these next set of layoffs. And many of y'all have already been fired from jobs. You see that they don't care about, ain't no loyalty in this world. Loyalty is an illusion. Ain't no loyalty. Because when given the opportunity, when you're no longer serving a person, they will get rid of you as they're supposed to. Because we're here to serve purposes. And when you're no longer fulfilling the purpose that you were designed here to fulfill, you got to go. You're not here just for no reason. Nobody just has to sit around and just love you unconditionally, love you just because you exist. No, nobody has to do that. You are here to serve. God created us all here to serve. Every one of us has a purpose. It don't matter what you lack. He gave you eyes to see, ears to hear, hands, fingers, toes, legs. He gave it to you for a reason. He put a gift in all of us. He put a gift in all of us, and it's up to you to get with your creator to figure out what is the gift that you gave me? How can I use it? How can I pull it up out of me and make this, bless you, and make this my thing that I do. Make this my new career. Make this the way I serve. How can I be fruitful? How can I have peace? You have to ask yourself this stuff and stop listening to other people who they be like, oh, I'm just gonna stay at this job until I turn. I wish I would. Like, and people will look at us as unstable. And I know, especially for millennials and Gen Z, millennials, we ain't like the old time folk. And that's the thing, traditions, these previous generations, Gen X, silent generation, and boomers and all of that mess, they've been conditioned. They've been truly conditioned in a very harmful way that they have fear. And this is all like slave mentality. People are still slaves, still mentally enslaved because you don't know your power. You don't truly exercise your power because you move off fear. That deep-rooted fear, that seed of fear is so deep-rooted, especially in our community, that you never step out. And then you see other people stepping out on faith. You see other people taking the chance, and you see how they're growing in that, how they're excelling. And now you want to become jealous because you never took the opportunity. You got parents that'll be jealous of their own kids because their own kids are free spirits and they'll take that opportunity. They'll leave that relationship. They'll leave their hometown. They'll leave that job because they know it's better out here. Every time I've left the job, I've made more money. Even the job that I got with United Healthcare last year when I was at the shelter, even though I ain't stay because I know God got me on a certain assignment. I'm not supposed to be working these jobs. And some people would look at me as a fool. I remember my case manager, she was like, you got, and mind you, I'm in the shelter. And I got this job at the shelter, work at home position, fully remote, and they was paying bread. Like, I mean, to me, it ain't like, but it's more than I ever made at any other job. It was damn near $30 an hour. And some people wish that they could just be making that amount of money. Even she hit me up and she was like, she was like, how you getting in? She asked me to send her my resume. She was like, no, I think I had sent her. Oh, I had sent her the offer letter that I got because they had needed like confirmation that you got the job or something like that. I sent her the offer letter that I got, and it just had all the details in it. And she was like, how you get in there? She was like, so many people, but it wasn't like she was saying it in like a negative way, but she was like, she was like, how many people have applied for this, apply for that company? And they hard to get in. I was like, for real? She was like, yeah. She was like, and this is before she left. She was like, I might have to apply. She was like, send me your resume. But she didn't even ask me to send her my resume. That next day, she sent me an email. She was like, Miss Joyner, I was looking at your resume. Your resume is awesome. Like this, that, and that. And, I just say all of this to say that you never limit yourself by feeling like you got to stay at these jobs because there's somebody else out there who will pay you way more than that other job, but you were scared to leave that job because of fear of not getting another one. Baby, what's for you is going to be for you. And even she was like, shoot, I might be up there in a training class with y'all because she was trying to leave where they was working at. Because imagine you work somewhere and these people are supposed to be homeless, yet these people get to work at home. They get, even though like they got to work at home sometimes. They get paid more than you. Okay, here I come. They get paid more than you, and they get to work at home. And they the ones that you helping, you they case manager, and they excelling, and they getting these positions more than you. So it can make you be like, dang, it make you reconsider things. Hold on, let me wipe her. I'll be back. But even with that, that's not my portion no more. I went to school for business. And I didn't go to school for business to run somebody else's business. I went to school for business to run my own business. So do you think I'm ever going to give up on trying to grow my own business to be successful? No, I'm never giving up on myself. I'm never going to become a slave to somebody else's business where they get to enjoy their time on the beaches, on the yachts with their families while I'm doing their little man work. I'm the worker bee and they the queen bee sitting up. Nah, I'm doing that. I didn't go to school for business to work for nobody else. thought I had to go to school for business to start my own business. Had I known that I really didn't have to do that, because it really takes getting in the field. Like with any job, you got to get in the field. You got to get in the field and just do it and take the losses. As an entrepreneur, you're going to take so many losses. And you got to be equipped for it. As an entrepreneur, you have to have discipline. You have to have the ability to work when nobody ain't telling you to work. You have to have the ability to use your critical thinking skills. You have to stop being afraid of fear, but you have to plan for the unknown. And even sometimes when you plan for the unknown, when you plan for the losses, it's going to be things that arise that even you couldn't plan for. And you got to know how to pivot. But I say all of this to say you can't let these failures, because I done started a couple businesses. I done did this, did that. I done did so much. Even still now, I'm still building this. I'm still building this spiritual ministry, this spiritual aspect of the business, because now God has detoured me into this. I'm still building this. It's slow, but am I going to give up? No, because I see the potential. I see the potential. And God reassures me that this is what I called you to do. I knew since a youngin', like literally, that's why I went to hair school. Well, I did hair school in high school. And I never wanted to work in a hair salon. I wanted to own the hair salon. And that's why I always worked for the salon owners. All three of the salons that I worked for, I always worked directly for the owner of the salon. I was their shampoo girl, their assistant, but I always worked for the owner. I always worked. My first job was Zaresh. I worked for the business owner, learned about packaging orders, learned how to make soap and stuff from scratch. So I always was just taking note of these. Like God, even then, before I went to college, God was already prepping me. He put me under apprenticeship, sort of say, for business, to see what it takes to truly run a business. It ain't easy at all. No business owner is going to tell you it's easy. So I'm saying all of this to say that it does not matter how many times you fail. I told y'all that in the last video. I had to lose a lot. I get mad sometimes even that I had to lose a lot. But it wasn't a loss. It was lessons in it. And it was really to protect me from those that I wanted to bring with me, who really wasn't with me for the right reasons, and who really was having envious spirits on them when it comes to me. And God had to reveal these things to me. He got to reveal to you who your family truly is. He got to reveal to you who those lovers truly are, who those friends truly are. He got to reveal things to you. And that's why everybody can't go. So when he's calling you to leave, you go by yourself with the ones that you pushed out your coochie, or if they came out your sack. You take those ones. You're not obligated. You don't owe nobody nothing. And this is something else. And this is why it's a lot of things that you have to learn on the journey. It's a lot of things you got to learn on your journey, because you don't owe nobody nothing but the ones that you birthed. You don't owe your parents. So many people think that they owe their parents everything. And I used to be like that. Like, even still, part of me still do, like, even though I'm not talking to my mom, I haven't talked to my mom in almost 2 years. I haven't talked to her almost 2 years. And even part of me still be like, I'm going to write her a check. When I make it, like when I start making these multi-millions, baby, I'm going to write her a check, and I'm going to write my grandmother a check, because I thank my grandmother just for co-signing on some of my student loans for me to go to school. Because if I would have never went to school, like, I needed to go to school. That was my first way I got away from my hometown. Like, and I just kept breaking out. After that, breaking out. I don't owe my hometown nothing. I don't owe those childhood friends nothing. I don't owe nobody nothing, because when I moved to different schools, a lot of people didn't want to keep in touch with me. Them girls, when they act like that. That's not when people now, like when people be, I don't like fake stuff. And people will be like, oh, I miss you. Even when I had moved back there, the time when I was staying with my mom, I'm like, I'll see people sometimes and that you went to school with and stuff. And I don't want to really see y'all. Truth be told, I don't really want to see y'all. It is like some people I still follow a lot, some people on my Instagram. But I don't even be watching stuff. I don't be watching that stuff. Their stuff. It might be a certain few people that I'd be like, oh, it's good to see, their kids and that, because we grew up together. But all that, I miss you. Hey, twin, this, that, girl, we ain't seen it. Girl, we are not friends. And It's cool though, I ain't beefing with nobody, but it's just like, I don't like that fake stuff. And people be fake. When they see you, oh, girl, I missed you. Girl, I ain't talked to you in like 100 years, girl. What you mean you miss me? Girl. You know, so people be fake. Even your own family members. Oh, I want the girl, sir, please. Your own exes, the baby daddies, they don't be really wanting you to thrive without them. You cannot let these people stop you. You cannot let worrying that even if you fail in the front of them, worried about what they're going to say, or they're going to be laughing like, if y'all been watching, because I done recorded my journey since I left Maryland. Everything's recorded. So everything I tell y'all in these videos, y'all see the history. You can see. That's why God told me to record. The day he told me to start packing up, to leave, record. God told me to move to Texas. That video was my first video about this whole journey. And I recorded everything from the day we got here, from the homelessness to the this, to the that, from Houston to Dallas. Everything is up there. And even though I faced persecution, even though they laughed at me, they called CPS on me and all stuff when they already know I'm at the bottom, when they already know when people stepped on you. This is why God said he will use your enemies as your footstools. And he will prepare a table for you in the presence of your enemies. He anoints your head with oil, your cup runneth over. I'm never going to stop. And this is why even they'll still be on here watching just to keep up to see how she doing now. What's she doing? I ain't got access to her. What's she doing? How's she making it? Because people really be wanting to know how you do it. The Most High, baby. The Most High. I don't take credit for none of this. I don't take credit for nothing I have, because it wasn't my works that did this. It was my faith. I was saved by faith. I was gifted these things by faith and obedience. I was gifted these things by faith and obedience. That's it. I ain't got to be a slave to the white man. I don't got to do none of that. I'm fully covered. I'm fully provided for by the highest power, by God himself. He sends other people to help me. I ain't got to ask for help because he know I don't even like asking for help. He makes sure I'm well taken care of. Even though there's things like I told y'all in the last video, I still be praying for a car, still praying for this. But even without it, and all of this stuff, it's just to show my whole journey. What I realized has been just to show you that I got you. Just to show you my power, to show you that it wasn't you doing this stuff. Just to show you that you never, all the things that you cry about, we be crying about this and we be mad, we don't got nobody to help us with our kids. We be sad that we ain't got no help, or when you do got a job that your kids getting sick, or this is going on with them at school and at daycare and stuff, and you got to keep on getting calls and stuff. Even for the short period of time that my daughter was in daycare, I'm like, dang, what if I really was working a regular job, bro? Y'all would be getting me fired, and I just started the job because y'all keep calling me about simple stuff because y'all don't keep this place clean and all these germy kids in here. Y'all the reason my baby getting sick because my baby be at home now. She was only in daycare for like 6 months. And I only put her in because we had the opportunity. They gave us the voucher for it. So I put her in. But now I homeschool my baby. And actually, what time is it? Because we got to get going on that at 9 o'clock. It's 8:52. So 9 to 9:30. I got a whole schedule. And this is what you have to do. We have to have a schedule to work. You got to have schedule. You got to have discipline when you're on this side. But no matter what in your life, you have to create discipline. But I'm like, y'all calling me, it's always this. Or she got diarrhea. Y'all the ones making her this. My baby don't have these issues now that she back at home again. She ain't snot-nosing every other day and having a fever and then got diarrhea. I'm like, oh. Mind you, I was on the bus too. So it's like, I'm like, it just was too much. And this is the things that we have to face as single parents sometimes. This is why as a single parent, this is why God took me on this journey to, one, understand what it's like to be a true single parent with no help at all. Because in Maryland, I received a little bit of help. But in this season, I see what it's like to have nobody but you to call on for your kids. Nobody but me. And God knows that. One thing, I was saying it this morning, I just love to be able to be here for because of my own. My mom worked a lot. My mom was never there when I woke up in the morning to get ready for school. Even if she, was there, she was getting ready to leave by 6:30, So, and then when I come home, I'm in the house again by myself. By the time she come home from work, I'm asleep. Because I always went to sleep early by like 8 o'clock. I always used to go to sleep early as growing up. I didn't cook my dinner already and I'm going to sleep. So now I just be happy that I can get my daughter up and get my daughter up in the morning, do her hair. I can do these activities with my daughter, like do the homeschooling thing with her, start teaching her stuff to prepare her for preschool because she definitely getting out of here. She going to some preschool when she turned 4. Hey, can you turn that down some? But you guys, I really just did this video to say you have to have faith. You have to have faith. You have to stop letting your own self get in your way. Stop self-sabotaging. Stop allowing fear, anxiety, depression, toxicity, toxic loyalty. Stop you don't owe nobody nothing. I'm not, and that's how I've always felt. I done left 100 jobs. And people be like, oh, well, you're not gonna be able to who ain't gonna be able to get no new job? Who ain't? That's why I speak from experience, baby. Every time I left one, I got one that paid more. Until I'm like, even with that last one, I'm like, y'all got great benefits and all of that. Even my other job, when I was working for Connections Education, like we got all our PTO up front. We had so much time. I used to be taking time off. Like, even with that, I realized I still ain't happy with working from home because I'm still on y'all time schedule. I don't like to be on nobody's time schedule. I like to live. I like true freedom. I have a free spirit and I like true freedom. True freedom. I don't want to be in bondage to that will make me rebel. If you try to put me in a box, don't put me in a box. Even when it comes to this like spirituality, religious thing, I'm not in no box. Don't put me in no box. My only box is the God box. Having God as the forefront, as the leading man in my life, as my leader, my provider, my protector, my savior, my teacher, my mentor. That's the only box to put me in. I don't care what your religion told you about what a Christian look like or what a child of God will look like. That's why I say I'm not no Christian. Don't put me in no box. I'm not this. Don't put me in no box. The only box you want to put me in is the God box, the faith box. That's the only box to put me in. Because I walk by faith for real, not by sight. I'm not scared of none of this. Walk by faith. Now, of course, if God tell me, hey, prepare for this, do this, obedience is one thing. But moving off of fear, nah. Even circumstances that's coming up, I'm like, I trust you. I see what you have done for me. It's going to be February 28th. It'll be 2 years of us being in Texas. We coming up on a 2-year anniversary soon. And I still got to keep that same faith that I had when I first got here. That same faith that I had when I was getting evicted and getting my car repossessed. That same faith when I was in a shelter and didn't know how I was going to get out because you didn't told me quit this job that I got because you never told me to get that job in the first place. But Satan wants me to focus on that and focus on the money and focus on the lack of what I don't have because I can't provide the things I used to be able to provide for myself and for my children. Want me to focus on that so I cannot focus on my assignment that the Lord gave me. And this is what happens when you let the seed of doubt, when you let your family and friends and seeing them fail, them say, I could have been like, oh, they seeing me fail, they laughing at me, talking about me, talking your ish, oh, get you and your kids out that shelter and all the yada, yada, yada. But look now, I'm going to keep elevating because this is God. Every L that I deem as an L, that was God preparing me for the shift. Preparing me to get up here and do what I do now, which is to tell you guys about what faith looks like. Because a lot of people talk that good faith talk, but don't have it, don't live it for real. You don't believe for real. You don't believe in the miracle signs and wonders of the Lord. You don't believe in it for real. You scared of everything. Scared. Scared to be in a new place where you don't know nobody. Me, I'm living here. It don't feel like, I just feel like I still live at home. For one, it ain't like I was ever surrounded by a bunch of family. Never was. So I'm not missing out on nothing. No, nobody really helped me with my kids before. Yeah, I had my nana and my baby daddies, you know, they did what they would do. So never gonna act like they wasn't just doing nothing, but it wasn't enough as far as I'm concerned. So it's the same here. It's the same here. I don't feel no different. I meet people now that still help me, that is still like, it's just what it is. Because when you covered by God, He's going to make sure you have destiny helpers. He's going to make sure you have. He's going to provide. He's going to make a way out of what you deem is no way. When He called you to a place, when it's in His will for you to be in a certain place, you're going to excel. You're going to excel. And as long as you're being obedient, I wake up every day and do what He tell me to do. So of course I'm going to be taken care of. And this is what you need to understand. As long as you're in God's will, you're going to be taken care of. And so what when you taking them what you deem as losses? So what? So what when they laughing at you? Because like He said, He's preparing a table in the presence of your enemies. Because He wants to prove something to you. And really, God don't got to prove nothing for real because He know His power. But people be playing on His top so much, trying to act like He ain't this and He ain't that, and be doubting everything He do because He ain't moving at your speed, at your momentum. You think we be thinking that He has to move at the beat of our drum. No, we move at the beat of His drum. And you will have them same people, them same Christian family members, them same exes, and all of this stuff who will doubt you, who will laugh at you, who will mock you. Ha, 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 ha. Like we ran that other video in Psalm 35, I think. And it was like, ha, ha, yeah, they laughing. They laughing now, but baby, I always get the last laugh, get the best laugh. Because I'm going to make you eat all that stuff you said. Here, eat it up. Pick it up, eat it. I'm going to make you eat it every time. God going to make you eat it. Touch not my anointing, do my prophet no harm. Don't you ever play with the chosen one. Don't you ever doubt the ability of the chosen one. It ain't nothing that we can't break out of. You throw us to the wolves, we're going to come back leading the pack every single time. Every single time. It's really survival of the fittest. And this is why He chose you. He chose you. But you got to get rid of all of those toxic traits, the fear, the anxiety, all of the things that prevent you from growing, your laziness, procrastination. And even with me with procrastination, this is something He's still working on me with. Being easily distracted. This is the importance of fasting. Fasting from social media. Because you get on there, you get caught up in the stuff. Fasting. No matter what you're fasting from, things that are distractions for you, fast from it. All that sex, you don't need no sneaky links this week. You don't need no sneaky links for the next month. It's in your way. It's distracting you. You need to divert that energy into something conducive to your growth, to your evolvement. Because you sleeping around with people who ain't evolving. They're going nowhere really fast. They ain't learning nothing. They have learned nothing from their past mistakes. So stop being scared. Stop thinking that you owe people. You don't owe them nothing. You owe the Lord. You owe yourself. And if you have children, you owe your children. Because the things that you're doing is either setting up a future for them or you're setting them up to have to struggle like you did. And that's why even now I have to understand that it might seem like we in, it ain't even a struggle, baby. We live beautifully. We live in a beautiful home. We get the gold stuff. God still provides us with a way for me to take my kids to urban air, to the dang on zoo, to here, go to the mall, go do stuff. He still awards us that. He still feeds us. He still clothes us. He makes sure they still have what they need. It's weather about to change. I'm like, God, my kids need some spring clothes and shoes and stuff. He gonna provide. He provided it before. Even when we was at the shelter, they just stole our clothes at the shelter. God provided. God provided. It might not be what we used to, but it's okay because I know this is the season of preparation. Because it's going to be a season again where we're going to be like we was at the mall yesterday. I'm like, oh, these shoes so cute. Like, I just miss putting it on. Like, I miss having my, My shoes, I'm a shoes, jackets, purse type girl. Like my necklaces, I be really on here looking like a wilderness season. But it's okay because I know that this is the season of where you wear the same clothes back to back. Because you in that grind. You in the grind. You preparing. You ain't got time to look cute right now. This is the time where you getting down and dirty with it. This that time right here. And this is during the seasons where you can't be afraid of looking like this. You can't be afraid of, oh, I don't want them thinking of me like this, or I don't want them to think that I have money. So many people spend too much time anyways trying to keep up with the Joneses. You don't got to keep up with them folks. When you really have it, you're going to have it. I don't want to look like I have. I want to really have it. So I'm okay with looking like I don't have just to prepare to have. You guys, so I just want y'all to understand, stop feeling like you stuck. You're not stuck. God gave you legs. Move. Even if you don't have legs, he gave you something else. Because when you lack in one area, you excel in another one. People who can't hear good, they can't hear, they might be deaf, they probably can see really good. They got legs still. They can still do something. You can't talk. Whatever you're lacking, it doesn't matter because God put something in you that you will be able to use to flourish, to monetize, to grow, to still serve the purpose that he needs you to here to serve. Everybody has a purpose here to serve. I was even thinking that like with my mom, I'm like, she was tired of working at, in the hospital field, but you have other skills that you can utilize. But the fear of I'm getting older, retirement. A lot of people ain't even been retiring properly. You haven't set up retirement properly. So you still gonna get out of, you still gonna retire and have to work because you think you only up 100,000. If you ain't been investing your money properly, how long you think 100,000 gonna last you? When you still got mortgage to pay off, when you still got debt to pay, card notes and stuff, we have to really think. We have to think. And then look at the way of the world. Prices are high. Inflation is up. Everything is skyrocketing. So we have to think. And that's why I just know that in this season of my life, but that's what I was getting ready to say. And even for her, I was thinking, I'm like, she knows sign language. Like, you know sign language because your mom is deaf. That's an easy income that you can be getting from home working as an interpreter. Or being on videos, doing interpretation through the video to communicate. That's how we used to have to communicate with my grandmother over the phone before she got, the texting. To see her, we called it TTY. Like you could work for the TTY and they see the deaf person on screen, so they sign on the screen. Meanwhile, what my grandma would sign back to them, they interpret for us to hear over the phone. Well, that was when they had video, or then she had the little TTY, like little computer thing. You type the message you want to say. Like it's always something that you can use. You might know a second language. You might be good in history. You can teach people like me history, the true history. You can teach people who want to know that. You might be well versed in knowing animals. You can teach people like it's something that you know that other people don't know. Your experience from your childhood that you have overcame, or that you can use what you've been through, use what you know to get you to a place of success, a place of fulfillment. Ask God for one, what is it that you call me here to do? What did you call me here to do? Help me accomplish this. But when he begins to help you, you got to understand that you're going to go through a journey. And 9 times out of 10, that's when he's going to take you on a spiritual journey. And it's a lot, because it's a lot of things that you got to do to prepare for that. Them people-pleasing skills, not knowing how to say no, being afraid of confrontation, trying to be nice. It's a difference between being nice and being kind. And that's what I had to learn. Because at first, I was too nice. Not to an extreme extent, because one thing about me is when it comes to certain things, when it comes to my integrity, respect, my children, I will definitely start confrontation. I don't care. I will start confrontation with you. Yes, I will. But I don't really like confrontation, which is why I stay to myself. I don't like drama. I don't like people and all of their drama and they complaints about what's going on. They stuff, situations that people create for themselves, and they want to come venting their mess to you all the time when you have the ability to leave that toxic dude. You have the ability to leave that toxic woman. You have the ability to leave that job, but you choose to stay and then you want to complain. I cannot stand complainers. I am a solution-based person. I am a problem solver. I like solutions. Don't come to me just to vent, because I want a solution for you. So go to somebody else if you want to just vent. I'm not that person to vent to. Know who is who. Know the purpose that each person serves in your life. Everybody that's in your life is not there just to hear you vent. Some of them are problem solvers. Some of them are earth angels here to solve problems. As chosen ones, we're earth angels. We're here to solve problems, which is why we have a savior complex. So don't come to me if you just want to complain and make excuses, because you're going to get on my nerves and I'm going to not really even want to deal with you, because it's a solution to your problem. It's a solution to every problem. Ain't no problem out here that there's not a solution to. You just don't know how to figure it out. And you'd rather sit around and throw pity parties for yourself versus figuring out, how can I get out this rut? It's always a way out. There's always a way out. Because if you got in it, obviously there's a way out. There is no in without out. There is no out without in. Antonyms exist for a reason. There's always polar opposites to something. There is no darkness without light, because what good would it do? It wouldn't have no meaning. And this is something else that God had to teach me on this journey about good versus evil, like the need for both. It is good in the world and there is evil in the world, and they both serve purpose in the world, whether we like it or not. But it depends on which one you're willing to soak in. It depends on your mindset, how you view things. What is your perception? This is what we have to think about. The people who say they can't do nothing, I can't. What that movie say? Can't should never be in a man's vocabulary. And he said, why not? It was Love and Basketball thing. Can't should never be in a man's vocabulary. He said, why not? Because if you say can't, you ain't a man. Period. Because there ain't nothing that you can't do. I look around, see how they just be building houses out of nothing. They be making communities out of nothing. Because God gave mankind the ability to create. Because he created. That's the first thing that he did. That's the first line in your Bible. That's the first line in the Bible. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. That's the first thing that he did, created. He gave mankind the ability to create out of what they had. It says he created something out of nothing. It says in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form. It was nothing and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. It was dark, void, no shape to this thing. It was just existing. Looking at, like, this is why I love houses. I love looking at houses. I love looking at the construction workers build. I love a construction worker, like, because it just goes to show that God put with your hands, all you need, he gave them hands, brains, and tools, and with that, we make anything. They can make anything. He instilled it in mankind to create like he did. From nothing to turn nothing into something. He gave us the ability to do that. But yeah, we be wanting to be like, I don't know nothing. I can't rap, sing, dance. I can't speak. I don't got no degree. I don't got no high school diploma. I was a baby mama. God will still choose you. That's all. Even when I heard somebody say, oh, God, favors marriages. And I was, baby, he favors whoever he want to favor. Because I'm a baby mama. I'm a 2-time baby mama, baby. And he still chose me. Still blessed and highly favored. Still well covered. Go anywhere safely. Anywhere. Because his angels encampeth me. That's what I was reading yesterday. Your angels encampeth me. People be trying to project that fear. Like, even with her dad, like, I'm just scared for y'all being out there. I'm just scared for y'all being out. I said, stop projecting your fear on me. This was a while back. Like, You just want me to come back there. I'm not coming back there. You want to see your child? Do like my other baby daddy do and come out here and meet me somewhere. Take initiative, but you ain't never got out your city. You ain't never did nothing. You ain't never been on an airplane. I got on an airplane by myself. My first time getting on an airplane by myself was when God told me to move to Texas. It's on video. With 2 small children. She was 10 months old. My other daughter was 5. I never been on an airplane by myself. The only other times I've been on an airplane was with my mom and with my friends. And I just followed them through the dang old airport. I didn't know what to do. I would just look. One of them was leading. Let's go here, do that. And I'm like, all right. But this time I had to take on leadership role because God told me to go. And there's always somebody that can help you. So even if you get to the airport and don't know what to do, the people who work there know what to do. Here, go there. This is where the gate is. This is where. Follow instructions. All you need to know how to do in life is be teachable. Be a student. You got to be a student always. I got my butt on that plane with my 2 small children, got here, had faced all type of issues. And still I prevail. You cannot let your circumstances stop you. All this complain, wanting pity. Even with my first BD, that's why I always got a deep respect for my first BD, even though we've been through a lot of stuff. That man is a leader. That man know how to be adaptable. In life, that's what I used to always tell my applications, like my job applications, well, not on the application, but when I do the interview, I'm like, I'm very adaptable. Like, because I know that businesses are ever changing. Like in the world, where everything changes. Nothing stays the same, but so many people get stuck on what it was and how it used to be. Look at everybody who be always talking, oh, the grandparents back in the day. Times were different back then. We are in the new age. It ain't the old times no more. Give it up. It's not the old times. We're in a new day and age, which means things are different now. Things that once used to work don't work before. The requirements that they had for getting jobs don't work. They don't work no more. Even degrees. A lot of times these degrees are not even serving the purpose that they once used to serve. Now it's about content creation. It's about being a producer, creating. Like we just read, it's about creating, becoming a producer of something, and stop being a consumer so much. Because as a consumer, you're feeding the producers and making them rich. Meanwhile, you sit back and complain. When you could be using what they have produced for you to become a producer yourself, to make other people consume from you. But like I was saying, that's why I have a respect for him, because it wasn't even his fault, the reason that made me move. It was the second BD fault that made me move. Because of your obsession and you want to be stalking somebody and then you threaten somebody acting like you own me, yet you the one who got all these excuses. Oh, I can't, I shouldn't have to do this. No, my first baby daddy shouldn't be the one that has to be flying out here and booking flights for her to come out there, because it wasn't his fault. He didn't do nothing to me. Even though God used that whole situation to get me away to do exactly what I'm doing now. So I now see the reason. He just used my second BD as the culprit to do it. But he shouldn't have to. He still make a way. He about to come back out here again. He already planning what we gonna do. Oh, I know Sonari gonna want to come too. Planning for my little baby and all this. I already know he gonna want me to come too, because of course, always wanna include me in the plan. It's like, no, but he's a planner. He takes the lead. He's always been like this. This is why I always had a deep respect for him, even though I lost respect about certain other things. But his ability to lead, provide, and protect. Oh yeah, he's a man. He will always get my respect for that. Miles away. He don't even know, if he send me some money, when my phone, I can't even pay my phone bill a couple months ago. Well, I didn't tell him that, but I told him if he need to call me or he need to talk to me, cause about, around Christmas time when he was sending money, I was like, call my dog, tell your dad just to call me on your phone, on your iPad, because he can video on there, and instead of texting me on my phone, because I'm not gonna get the message because he don't have iPhone. And y'all know if you don't have iPhone, you can't message on Wi-Fi. Only other Apple devices can message and FaceTime without the actual service being on. So my daughter ended up telling him that he sent money for her toys. He was like, all right. He was like, hey, how much your phone bill is? Pay this, pay that first, and then the rest of this, buy Ceylani and Sonari some stuff, buy the bike, buy this, buy that. Like, I'm like, okay, like I love that. It can make me respect you because it's like you got a plan. Like, even though I don't really need you to tell me how to spend the money, because I'm going to spend the money the appropriate way anyway, and you already know this. But he like, get the bike, get this, get that, and get Sonari some stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that. You know, and he don't make complaints. He had to adjust too. He only had 2 weeks to know that his daughter was moving miles and miles away from him. He wasn't happy, but he adapted. You have to be willing to adapt because life is forever changing. And I know me, I'm a free spirit. I don't owe no place nothing. I don't owe Baltimore no loyalty. I don't even owe PG, Fort Washington. I don't owe none of the places where I grew up at. Baltimore, I was there for a long time because once I went to school, and then I met my baby daddy, and then I was there, and started my new life in Baltimore, and was there because I didn't really want to be back at home. I don't want to see the same people I went to high school with. Now God said, okay, time to break free from Baltimore too, because you got too many things that you didn't been in with these dudes. Now let's get you somewhere else. And then when you go here, you don't need to talk to no man, none of them. You need to completely focus on me. So you have to be willing to adapt. You have to be able to get out your comfort zone. You have to be a risk taker. No risk, no reward. Like my man Tarek used to say on Flip or Flop. If y'all ever watch Flip or Flop with Tarek and Christina, I used to love this show. And he always say, no risk, no reward. Because they might get a house and, it might be unfavorable circumstances. They might have to put a little bit more money than they thought, but they end up making it look real nice, and they was able to sell it for more than all the comps in the area, and they profited a great deal. So he always say, no risk, no reward. That's the key to life. No risk, no reward. You think stuff's supposed to come easy? You think stuff's supposed to come knocking at your door, baby? No, it's not. No, it's not. And even sometimes an opportunity might slide in your mailbox, and your fear, oh, I'm scared. Oh, I'm going to have to go here, leave my mama, leave daddy. Girl, you got one life to live. They didn't live theirs. And some of them ain't lived theirs. And they still have life to live. At 60 years old, you don't know when you clocking out of here. So what if you're not clocking out until 80? That means you got 20 years from 60 to 80 to accomplish things that you never thought you could, to travel places you never thought you could travel. But you think, I'm too old. Baby, every day you get up and God is giving you some momentum, you better do something with it. Get outside, go hiking, go horseback riding, go take the sky is the limit for real. Sky ain't even a limit. How about that? Because they don't even know where it really stop at. I remember my mama was saying, I really think she was like being sarcastic, reach for the stars, baby, when I was going through this whole transition. Because even she, her and my first BD, they're like, what is she doing? She trying to move here. She just going, she just packing up and just going, like, what is she doing? And my mama told him, well, this is what she told me, because she was like, oh, he called me, concerned and this, that, and saying this. I'm like, he ain't say this stuff to me, but he coming to call you about it, because they don't get out. And even him, I think that's why he likes coming out here, because that's a way for him to go on like a little vacation. Because he come out here, he get to explore, see some other stuff. Because most of them don't go nowhere. They scared to leave old Baltimore. And the other one, you don't even get up out of your own little area. I done seen all of that. Even when I was with him, and we would go driving around, because I like to go look at the big houses. Like, I want me a big house like that. Even though now living in this house, God will teach you lessons in everything. Because I'm living in this house, I'm like, and I'm talking about I want a house bigger than this. I'm like, it's certain things add, like, I love this house that we're in. Like, my bathroom is my dream bathroom. Like, got a huge closet, all of that. I love this house. It's just a certain other things that I would like added to it, but I've been living here made me realize the bigger the house, the bigger the fixes, the bigger the cleaning, the more you have to clean, the more stuff that it's more. So you have to understand what comes with that. And that's why God sometimes he won't automatically give you that big thing you asking for, because you're not really ready for that. You don't really know all it entails to keep up that thing, the upkeep on it. You don't really know. You want this dream relationship, this marriage and stuff, but you don't know how to compromise. You're selfish, narcissistic. You don't know. You don't know how to nurture. You don't know how to provide. You don't know how to protect. You know, however way the road go, you have to it's things you must learn. You don't even really want to cater to your partner. You see so many women that be complaining about they'll be making fun of the ladies online that pack lunches for their man. I love to see that. Like the one lady, Nana Joe, and when she was going on a business trip, she cooked dinner because like she be making some bomb food. Like it is definitely high calorie. I can't be eating all that stuff, but she's a Hispanic lady, so she be making all type of stuff for her husband, his coworkers. I say I love that. Like you be feeding the coworkers too. I know they love him because of his wife always be making those good lunches for them and making these like special drinks for them. I love that. And when she was going on a business trip, she made sure she prepped food for her family, mainly for her husband's lunches, and then even for her kids, you know, for while she's gone away for a few days, so that they still have lunch to take with them. That's what you call a good wife. That's what you call, like that Proverb 31 woman. You prepare. You up early preparing. You setting a tone for the day for your family. And even the Proverb 31 woman, she was an entrepreneur too, from the crib. She knitting her stuff and selling that stuff. She's scoping the land, looking to see when me and my husband do make this money, what we gonna be investing in land so we can have more land to plant our fruit trees and our garden, so that I can be making sure my family eating healthy and eating our own stuff that's not sprayed with a bunch of pesticides and GMO. Like, these are things that you want to think about when you asking for these partners. Trust, getting rid of your insecurities, because soon as they gone for a couple days, you think they cheating. Soon as they don't answer the phone one time, and now you pestering them, now you getting on their nerves because you insecure. Like, it's so much that you got to learn in the seasons when you preparing for your blessings. But people don't want to do the work. And then when you get what you pray for, or even if you get the counterfeit version of what you prayed for, you ain't ready for it. You ain't ready for it. You know, I didn't talk for an hour. I ain't even mean to talk for an hour. But we got to know this stuff. We got to understand. Stop letting other people stop you. Because I remember, and let me just keep on going. Because I remember too, I was like, when I was having that battle before I moved, I was like, is this really what I should do? Like, God, you really want me moving to Texas? You know, because at first I wanted to move to North Carolina. Like, I wanted to get away. But I'm like, maybe North Carolina. Like, nah, God said, nope, Texas. You're not going by your family. Because I was going to move to North Carolina to be closer to my nieces and nephews. Because I wanted my kids and their kids to, you know, grow up together. And that's just be in close proximity to my own, somebody that's my family. Because I don't have no family for real. Like, and I was in Baltimore. My only family was my baby daddies and then their family. You know, I didn't have my own support system in Baltimore, you know, besides them. And so now when they get on my nerves, so if I fall out with them, then you know how the family be and stuff too. And even though we ain't about to go into all that, because I'm not gonna act like that second one, his mom she ain't bad. I cannot be talking to him and still talk to her, but even the whole thing it's just a mess. And I gotta protect my baby. Them witches ain't getting my damn baby, and you ain't sacrificing my baby to Moloch or none of that. So, anyhow, I'm like, I'm gonna move to North Carolina, but God said no, Texas. No, Texas. I'm like, you know, dang, is this really what I should do? But I had to do it because I was fearing, like, what if I don't do it? What is on the other side of me going there? Like, what if I don't go and I stay here? And then the blessing that he's telling me, the promise that he's giving me, it might only be able to be obtained there. It might not be here. I was praying to move then into a bigger house, like the same house that I'm in. This is how I know God pay attention to details of what you're writing and what you're speaking to him. Because I'm like, dang, you got the details that I wrote down about the house that I wanted. I don't have everything, but it's a reason too why I don't have everything. Because it's just not the time. And it's just like, it's so amazing when you just let God lead and you understand why he does the things he does, and he understands and he knows what you're ready for because he is your father, he is a parent. And just like our children, they think that they're ready for certain things. And we know, baby, you don't really know all the responsibility that comes with that. God is the same way. You don't really know you wanting this because you see somebody else have it, or even I might have given you a vision that is going to be in your future, and you're rushing it right now, not knowing that it's baby steps that I got to take you on till you get there, because I got to prepare you for that. But I was thinking, I'm like, what if I don't go? I might not be able to. And if I would have stayed in Maryland, I wouldn't even be here. Would have still been having distractions, still having a fear, being in a related, dealing with a dude who move off of fear, and they want to project fear into you, and let them slothful energies that they be having, that they possess, and then they want to merge that energy over onto you. Like, nah, don't try to be merging with me and you got those type of energies on you, baby, because we are polar opposites, and not all opposites need to be attracting. Even though there's a need for opposites, but that's not nah. Because all you're going to do is try to put that on me. And even still, those type of energies, it will cause you to become jealous, because I don't move off of fear. I move off of faith. So because you move off of fear and I move off of faith, and you see what my faith gets me, and your fear keeps you stagnant, you might become jealous of me. And now you don't want me to succeed. Even this dude on my channel, that's why it's like, you can be sleeping with the enemy. You can have a baby with the enemy. How you praying on my channel? You wanted my channel views to drop. And they actually have dropped. But I don't care about that. You think I'm going to stop coming on here talking? Because I know why. I know the real reason. It's other things that goes into that. It ain't just your witchcraft. It ain't just your witchcraft because you hating, because you scared. You scared to show your face. You scared to do what God called you here to do. And now you mad that because your assignment and my assignment is kind of similar, but you scared to do yours. You scared because you want to have this image that's not even really you. And then you get offended when I tell you you're not a street nigga for real. You're not that. You're not that. And you get offended as if I'm discrediting all the work you put in. You're not really that though. That is your ego. And then there's times where you even slip up and say, like, what's like when you take that ego off, you get to see. And this is why it'd be hard dealing with people, because you see who they are, and then it's like they see that person too, but then that ego come in and start telling them that they this and they that, and they see what other people who live their life, like, that's not you. That ain't what God called you here to do. You think God called you here to be a street nigga? To risk your life, to lead you in a life that ends up with death or jail? Do you think that that's what God really called you here to do, Goofy? No, Goofy. That's not. You know? And because you won't walk into your purpose, and you know God, and you blaspheme him, you be literally talking crazy, and you have experienced God. And when you have experienced God and you get to talking that craziness about him, like disrespecting him, like truly, you really be disrespecting. That's why that dude, you're gonna go down, because you cannot blaspheme the Holy Ghost. The Holy Spirit, if you disrespect the Holy Spirit, you cannot do that. That's an unforgivable sin. You cannot do that. And he's experienced it, because God has saved your butt. God has done a lot for you, and you know it. He knows it. He knows the spiritual realm. He knew it before me. That's why you mad now that I know the spiritual realm. You've been through this stuff before me. And people would be mad because because you forfeit your spot. Because you won't answer the call. Like we did in that one video I read that part to y'all in the Bible about the chosen ones. I think it's called "This Is Your Year, Chosen One. Answer the call." Like when you don't answer the call, God gotta fill these seats. He has to have people that are willing to do the work. The seats need to be filled. So if the chosen ones that he really chose, the anointed, if y'all don't do it, he gonna go give that spot to somebody else. He gonna go give your spot to somebody else. Now you gonna be mad at the one who got your spot. Nah, they ain't steal your spot. You forfeited. Just like with Jacob and Esau. He ain't steal your birthright. You sold it because you was a goofy. He ain't steal what was yours. Your sons think he stole it. Nah, your father didn't want the responsibility that comes with it. So he gave it up for empty nothing. And then people be mad. Nah, be mad at yourself. Because you wouldn't answer the call because you let fear, laziness, all these traits that keep you stagnant, stuck, miserable, and mad at the world and mad at everybody and in self-pity and in that victim mentality, you let that stop you. And that's your own fault. You're self-sabotaging. I couldn't live with the fact. That's why I had to do it, crying and all, scared and all. You know, I was happy and sad at the same time. I'm like, I'm leaving behind everything I know. I'm going to a state I don't know with 2 children, but at the same time, it was like freeing. Shoot, I kind of want to go somewhere again. I kind of want to now go to Florida and start again. Like, but I don't. If I didn't have kids, I always say this. If I didn't have kids, I know I'd probably be here, there, like experiencing everything because I want to experience all life has to offer. You're not keeping me stuck nowhere. I don't stay stuck in relationships. Baby, if we're not growing and evolving and we're not working towards us both being able to live this fruitful life, you're not the one for me because I'm a free spirit. You ain't keeping me stuck in your goofy, dark city. You're not keeping me stuck in that. You're not keeping me, stuck in me don't go together. I don't stay stuck nowhere. I break out. I'm the breakout queen. You ain't keeping me stuck. Nah. Negative. Get somebody else to do it. You ain't keeping me stuck. You better be growing and evolving because that's what life is about. Life is about evolving. Nothing stays the same. Y'all need to go read Ecclesiastes. If y'all want to know if y'all need to be reading this book. Read Genesis to see about creation. He called us here to create. Read Ecclesiastes to show you that nothing stays the same. Nothing stays the same. There's a time and place for everything. Go read Ecclesiastes in your Bible. I don't know where is that? But it's in here because I be reading it. And it's nothing but wisdom, profound wisdom to let you know. You learn from your mistakes. Yes, Ecclesiastes. Like, life is an endless circle. Nothing new under the sun. The vanity of pleasure and achievement. Without God, everything is pointless. These are just like the subtitles. Everything in God's own time. The excellency of God's works. Acts of oppression. All living things meet the same end. Hard work versus laziness. 2 are better than 1, and 2 is better than 1. But when you got 2 people that's together and they're opposing one another, you can't function. You're supposed to work together. Equally yoked means you come together to achieve a specific goal. But people don't know how to come together to achieve a goal. You come together and then you want to start hating on the person that you're sleeping with, the person that you bear children with. How? This is why I can't understand that. It is much better when you can do it with somebody. I hate that I always have to do everything alone. But it's because these people, even with friends, I'm like, let's do this. Like, let's do this. I'm just tired of trying to pull everybody up. That's how God said, go on your own, daughter. It's going to be me and you in this season. That's why I say I don't need nobody but the Lord now because that's my only partner. We work together. I don't work against him and he don't work against me. This is why obedience is important. Because you have to be obedient to what he's telling you because he's not here to forsake you. He's here to lead you directly what he called you here to do. The vision that he gave you, he wants that to become your reality just as much as you want it to become your reality. But if you're working against him and not working with him because you think you know better, because you want to do the plans that you want versus the plans that he wants, or you think he's not moving fast enough and you're getting in his way, you're messing everything up. You got to work together. I work with God. We work together. That is my ace boon coon partner in crime. We in this thing. Federal, we locked in for life. That's my favorite partner. The only one I can truly trust. That's why I be even saying, like, I be scared to go into business with a person because people are shady. Even your own family. I wouldn't even trust going into business with my mom because when people are money hungry, they'll do anything. They'll snake you. Or they don't want to put in, they don't want to match your energy. I remember with my friends, I'm like, let's look like during the summertime, we all trying to make some money. I was getting some food stamps. I was like, and that's what I'm saying. Use what you have. Forget what they say. Forget what society says. Forget how they look down on you for food stamps. Baby, use them food stamps. Go to Sam's Club and start and buy you some stuff, some candies and chips and stuff. Start selling fruit boxes. Even on TikTok, they got a whole, it's a one page on TikTok. They be selling, they sell snacks on TikTok. They got a whole snack shop with all type of unique snacks and regular snacks and stuff. And people really be ordering it. They probably use their food stamps, go to Sam's Club or Costco or something, buy all of that stuff, start and make different videos with their content on it, and they start selling that mess. And people actually order it because you got to remember, there's people who live in places who don't. They live in rural towns. They don't got no stores but miles away. They order some stuff. You don't know how people live out here. Go plug it up. But yeah, they have like all type of stuff. I'm like, shoot, we can together. Like, I'm stacking my bread too. My credit was good. I had high amounts of credit limits available to use because I had worked on my credit like I'm doing now and again. That's what I'm saying. You never stop working on yourself. You have the resources that you need to fix every situation in your life. You have it. You have it. Use what you have. Use what's at your disposal. Like, use what you have. You know? But I'm like, we could get a food truck there. I was looking on Craigslist and stuff, or even like you could go on the government auction websites to see what kind of trucks they have. You know, tax season coming up. You can use your tax money to invest in yourself, to invest in that food truck, to invest it's just, I be having so many ideas for other people because I know everything is not my lane. I can't do all of this stuff. But with my friends, I'm like, let's do an ice cream truck. We can make some bread during the summertime. That could be a little thing. We can start that together. You know, we was even talking about doing the like Amazon have like what's it called? Like a distribution. Well, it's like they give you just gotta, I think, have like $10,000 and you basically start your own. It's like you're a branch of them. You deliver their packages, but it's like your own. I forgot what it was called, but they give you the truck. They give you get to use their system and everything, and you basically start your own little company. I don't know exactly the word I'm looking for, and you start your own team. You gather your team up, and y'all start your own little thing. Like, it's so many things, and that other business, like that big companies, will allow you to start your own like smaller company within theirs. You got the girls out here starting their own call centers now, virtual assistance businesses. Like, use what's at your expense. What are you good for? Are you good with resumes? Are you good with typing? There's people that can't type. There's people that can't write. Like, I might talk a lot of slang, like, am I talking? But on paper, I can write a professional, profound paper. You know, it's just so many things. But even like I was saying with the girls, like we was talking about doing that stuff, and I'm like, shoot, I can use these and go buy some candy and stuff at the store, even if you ain't using food stamps or none of that. You can still take your stuff to Sam's Club, go take your money there and buy cases of candy. Start you a vending machine business, several of them. Or like the little stores, even how like at the apartments up here when I go walking, the apartment complex, they done created their own little store. And see, I observe all business things because I love business. I examine what they do. I pay attention to what other successful businesses are doing. And I noticed that the apartment complex, they started their own little store. So that way people who live at the apartment building, when they out of stuff or when they need a little snack, they can come right down there. They can come right downstairs and get stuff that you need. So you don't got to go all the way to the store. You might not, it might be a college environment or whatever, and you can't go all the way to the store. You want something right here, right near that's convenient store. Start your own convenience stores. Even when I was in Baltimore, I was thinking about that. I was like, the way they be doing, like everybody else coming out hoods and set up shop and make money. I'm like, we can start our own convenience store. And this is at the time where I used to buy my blunts from Sam's Club. I'm like, shoot, I see this is where they get this stuff from. They go buy this stuff in bulk. All the cigarettes that they had at Sam's Club, they got all the wholesale blunts and raw papers and the tobacco, the all that stuff. I'm like, they buy it here and they just go break it down at the stores. Or they might get affiliated with the actual Utz company, the chip companies, and they might, pay to get distribution from them so they can fill their stores up. But I'm like, this is stuff that we need to realize. We have the ability to do it. God is waking you up every day. Figure out what's your lane, what's for you. Ask God to help you with that. And yeah, y'all need to be reading Ecclesiastics. Everything is in God's hands. Observation of wisdom and folly. The advantages of wisdom. Enjoy life. Fear God and keep his commands. Remember your creator in your youth. Directions for charity. Like, good wisdom. Solomon had good wisdom. That's why you always want to read the book of Proverbs and read Ecclesiastics. He wrote both of them. Ecclesiastics was later in life. After he done went through all the ups and downs in his life, he sat back and reflected on what's the vanity, all the things that we be chasing when we're young, chasing the women, chasing the money, when in all actuality, the one thing that most people need to chase is the Lord, because all those other things that you have provide no fulfillment if you don't have the Lord, and if you don't understand the beauty of having a relationship with the Lord your God, the creator. So I just said a lot in this video, baby, but we got to get to school because now I'm late. What time is it? See, 9:46. But it's all good because I can just shift a little bit of things up. Yeah, because actually I got set to record videos from 10 to 11. So I actually just recorded the videos earlier than my scheduled time for doing videos is. But even that, making a schedule, even if I get off schedule, long as all these things get done, that's all that matters. You need time management skills. You need to always invest in yourself. You need to have faith in yourself, have faith in your creator, have a prayer life, consult with God all the time before you do anything. Ask for discernment, pray for clarity, understanding, wisdom. And most of all, you have to have faith. Get rid of the fear. You ain't stuck on nothing but stupid when you don't have faith. And when you believe in everybody else and you want to support everybody else but can't support yourself. It's not selfish to focus on yourself, but you don't want to only do things in life that only helps yourself and don't help others either, because our job here is to serve. Help me help you. The same as I'm getting up here helping you guys with whatever I help you with, y'all help me too. We're here to help one another. So I'll see y'all in the next video. I hope y'all got something out of this video. And until the next time, baby, deuces.